Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidinamine
Om Vishnaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Vishwakarine
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Jaya
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Thank you.
दोनों आ जाओ। Lord Premanande. Shri Shri Radha Sharad Bihari ki. Kishore Kishori ki. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki. Shri Prabhupada ki. Hari Bol. Okay. Okay, there is echo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
How's everyone doing today?
Good, Bhaiya.
Very good. So we'll start with a round of chanting. Give me 1 second. Is there an echo or the voice clear?
Good.
Is there an echo, Beta? Can you maybe reduce the sound? Yeah, or you can use the headphone here. Okay, so we have quite a few devotees, and I think we have Sunita Mataji, I think from Allentown. Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay, she might
Hare
be on mute.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we will for next 10 minutes we will do a round of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on our beats together, and we'll pray for. We'll keep the mood of prayer for everybody. Okay, so we can start. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna.
So, welcome to today's program, the virtual program. I will call out the names. We have as the participants today: Anil Uncle, Smita Aunty, Smita Arora Mataji, I think from Middletown, Ajay Prabhu and Neena Didi, Amish. Amish, your parents are with you? Yeah,
I think they joined as my mom.
Okay. Anamika Didi, Anita Didi, Aish, Bhavya, Beena Didi, Darsh, Govind, Madhu Didi. I have somebody called Officer Dave. Is it Darsh? Yeah, if I'm seeing some names, so if I don't recognize the names, I will have to log them out. There are a couple of names: Officer Dave, Officer Johnson, and Officer Javinsky. Okay, so if you can identify yourself, then good. Otherwise, unfortunately, I have to remove you from the meeting.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Padmanath Das.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Danat Pranam.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Bhaiya.
Hare Krishna,
Rachna.
Didi.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
I think we have Renuka Didi also. Renuka?
Yes, Renuka Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
How
Hare
are
Krishna.
you?
Yeah, good.
How's Raj Prabhu?
Yeah, we are all good.
Wonderful. Everything is good over there?
Yeah, in our place it's okay, good.
Okay. So, Hare Krishna once again. Welcome to today's program. We also have, I think, Anasuya Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for joining. And we have Padma Das Prabhuji. So, thank you, Prabhuji, for taking out time. I know it's a busy time for you with Abhay. So, thank you so much for taking out time for us. So, whenever you are ready, Prabhuji, we can start the class.
Thank you for engaging me in some service, Prabhu.
Our pleasure, Prabhuji. Hare
Can
Krishna.
you hear me okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, perfectly fine.
So we'll start with invocation prayers. And then we'll go to 9, 5 after 9 or something like that. And then we'll stop for question answer.
Yes, Prabhuji, until about 9:05, 9:15 is okay. And then we can open up for question. And I
Okay.
can share the verse also from here. So I will share verse number 4, chapter 4, verse 17.
Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yenam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamoyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapa Kamalam Sri Guru Namamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sujivam Advaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamcha He Krishna Paruna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Saptakanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanosute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo.
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasvadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, what language we want to use?
English is fine.
Okay, Kishore Kishori ki jai.
Okay.
So we will read the sloka first, then Shishnitai Gaur ki jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Sudarshan Chakra ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Umapati Mahadev ki jai. So I will read the Bhagavad Gita slok, and then I'll read the translation and then read the purport.
Yes, sir.
Do you normally recite the slok, or you just go into
Yeah,
it?
we do recite, yeah.
So you do word by word also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Bhagavad Gita 4:17. Karmano api bodhamyam cha vikarmana akarmanasva cha bodhavyam gahana karmano tihi karmanorapi bodhavyam bodhamyam cha vikarmanah akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi karmano api bodhavyam bodhavyam cha vikarmanah
बोधाव्यं च विकर्मणः
karmanascha bodhavyam
अकर्मणश्च बोधव्यम्
gahana karmano gatihi.
गहना कर्मणो गतिः
One more time. Karmana api bodhavyam
कर्मणो हि अपि बोद्धव्यं
बोधव्यम्
bodhavyam cha vikarmanah
बोधाव्यं च विकर्मणः
karmanascha bodhavyam
अकर्मणश्च बोधव्यं
बोधव्यम्
gahanam karmano gatihi.
गहना
गहना कर्मणो
कर्मणो
गतिः
गतिः
Karmanaha of work.
कर्म
Can we do word by word here too?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can do that.
Karmanaha
Karmana
कर्मणः
of work.
of
of
work.
work
He certainly.
He certainly.
Api also.
Api also.
Bodhavyam should be understood.
Bodhavyam
बोधव्यम्
should be
should be
understood.
understood
Bodhavyam should be understood.
Bodhavyam should be understood.
Cha also.
Cha also.
Vikarmanaha of forbidden work.
विकर्मणः
Karmana of
of
forbidden work.
work,
Akarmanaha of inaction.
Akarmana
कर्मणः
of
of
inaction.
inaction
Cha also.
Cha also.
so
Bodhavyam should be understood.
Bodhavyam
should be understood.
Gahana, very difficult.
Gahana, very difficult.
difficult
Karmanaha of work.
Karmana
Of work,
Gatihi, entrance.
gatihi,
the
entrance.
entrance
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charnarvin Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila.
Ki jai.
Jai.
The intricate of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. Purport. If one is serious about liberation from material bondage, one has to understand the distinctions between actions, inaction, and unauthorized actions. One has to apply oneself to such an analysis of action, reaction, and perverted actions, because it is very difficult subject matter. To understand Krishna consciousness and action according to its modes, one has to learn one's relationship with the Supreme. That is, one who has learned knows that every living entity is an eternal servitor of the Lord, and that consequently, one has to act in Krishna consciousness. The entire Bhagavad Gita is directed towards this conclusion. So I'll read this line one more time. To understand Krishna consciousness and action according to its modes, one has to learn one's relationship with the Supreme. That is, one who has learned perfectly knows that every living entity is an eternal servitor of the Lord, and that consequently, one has to act in Krishna consciousness. The entire Bhagavad Gita is directed towards this conclusion. Any other conclusion against this consciousness and its attendant actions are vikarmas or prohibited actions. To understand all this, one has to associate with authorities in Krishna consciousness and learn the secret from them. This is as good as learning from the Lord directly. Otherwise, even the most intelligent person will. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada makes a very important point, two important points in this purport, is that one has to understand perfectly that everybody is an eternal servitor of the Lord. And therefore, being eternal servitor of the Lord, one has to act in Krishna consciousness, meaning one has to act with full consciousness of Krishna, meaning one has to act according to the wishes of how Krishna would want him or her to act. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to understand all this, one has to associate with authorities in Krishna consciousness. One has to take guidance from people who know the science of acting in Krishna consciousness and learn the secret from them. Anybody can think that acting, doing actions, what is so secretive about doing actions? Everybody does action. But to act properly in a Krishna conscious way, That secret, we have to learn from them. Why is it called a secret? Because even though it is openly written in Bhagavad Gita, still majority of the population, including a lot of devotees themselves who try to practice Krishna consciousness, do not understand the purport of this Bhagavad Gita. Right? And what is the purport of Bhagavad Gita? To understand that I am eternal servant of the Lord, and consequently, I have to do exactly what Krishna wants me to do, or I have to act in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, even though it is so open, for example, the stock market, right now, the stock market is down quite a bit. It's recovering a little bit. But each and every stock is a game. But not everybody will be making money in the stock market also. There will be people who lose money, and only few people will make money. Because even though everybody is given the luxury of all the stocks which are out there, only few people know how to play the stocks properly. So that is a secret. It's not, even though it is out, it is not openly out because you have to learn through somebody. So here Prabhupada is making an important point. To understand all this, one has to associate with authorities in Krishna consciousness. When one says authorities, it means guru. Guru comes in various forms. Guru comes as Siksha Guru. Guru comes as Margdarsha Guru or Siksha, and then Guru comes as Diksha Guru. So one has to learn from the devotees and then learn the secret from them. It is called the art of serving in Krishna consciousness. And then when somebody learns from the devotee or from the Guru, this is as good as learning from the Lord directly. Or if somebody follows a devotee who is following Bhagavad Gita, it is as good as learning from Krishna directly, because Krishna gave all the instructions in Bhagavad Gita. Anybody who follows these instructions properly as it is, then he is also following the Lord's directions directly. Otherwise, even the most intelligent person will be bewildered, Srila Prabhupada writes. So, bodhavyam api karmano api bodhavyam. Bodhavyam cha vikarmano. Akarmanascha bodhavyam gahanam karmano gatin. This karmano gati is gahan, very complicated. Gahana, it's extremely complicated. Karmano gati, the complex equation of karma is very, very hard to understand. Even big people get baffled. It is not question of intelligence. Therefore, Prabhupada writes at the end of the purport, even the most intelligent person will be bewildered. To understand karma is not a question of intelligence. To understand karma is a question of submissiveness. How much we are submitting ourselves. The Hindi word for submission is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Yada yada hi what is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita? Sarva dharman parityajyam mam ekam saranam vraja. Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshikshami masuche. So this papabhyo, where does this papa come from? Aham tam sarva papebhyo. This pap comes from breaking the religion, or not religion, dharma, the duty. So if somebody says doing karma is my duty, then here Krishna says even by following karma, sometimes you're doing pap. And therefore, what is the highest dharma? Saranam Vraja, Mam Saranam Vraja. Taking the shelter, being submissive. Who will take the shelter? One who understands that I am the servant of the Lord will take shelter. Right? So, Karmano api bodhayam. Here, Krishna talks about actions, and he divides the actions into three different categories. First, karma. Karmana api bodhavyam, to understand the karma. Bodhavyam cha vikarmana, and to understand what is vikarma. So one, there is karma, another is vikarma. Akarmanascha bodhavyam, and third is akarmana. So there is three type of action, or an action can be divided. An action can either be karma, or an action either can be vikarma, or action could be akarma. A same action could be classified in three different categories based on something. That is what Krishna is saying. And that's something we learn by being submissive to Krishna. That is the key. Prabhupada has written extremely small purport. But in that small purport, Prabhupada has packed the biggest punch he can pack. To understand that every living entity is eternal servitor of the Lord. Eternal. And he has to, and therefore, sevak, who is a sevak? One who does seva is a sevak, right? So a servitor of a Lord means he has to act according to the Lord's wish. And then he has to follow in the directions of the sadhu, of guru, of the Vaishnavas. So let us talk a little bit about karma, vikarma, and akarma. There is 3 different types. So karmana api bodhavya. While doing the karma means actions. Karma means action. A person cannot spend a single moment in his or her lifetime without doing an action. Continuously, we are doing actions. But while doing actions, what consciousness we have, what bhav, what mood we have in our heart, what consciousness we have defines the category of the karma. If one is doing a karma, but he's staying totally detached from the karma, then that karma can become something else. This slok is being spoken on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Here, Duryodhan is there with his mighty army. Arjun is there with his mighty army. And you can read Mahabharata or any other Shastras and Puranas, and you will never find an instance where somebody or Ved Vyas has written that Duryodhan was not a good king. Duryodhan was a very nice king. Each and every person in his kingdom was happy. There was, he took care of his subjects very well. They all paid taxes. He took care of his subjects. He was a good king. There was no problem with him being a king. He was a hard-working king. He worked hard for his kingdom. There is not a single place in Mahabharata or any other Puran you will find a story where Duryodhan neglected his subjects. No, he was a good king. He was doing his karma properly. And then, but still, he's being fought. The battle he's fighting, whatever he's doing in the battle is classified in the Shastra as vikarma. While Arjun is doing exactly the same thing. Actually, Arjun is fighting on the battlefield, killing a lot more people than Duryodhan. But whatever Arjun is doing is being classified as akarma. So let us simply define what is karma, akarma, and vikarma. Every action has two kind of reactions, a good or a bad. Okay, every action translates into a good action, or every action translates into a bad action. Let me give you an example. If a person who is very hungry and you go and you feed him 20 rasgullas or gulab jamuns. Now this person has diabetes. Feeding food to somebody is a good action. But since he has diabetes, you just did disservice to that person, and that person is going to go into coma because he's going to go into a sugar shock. Right? So the same action translated into a bad action for somebody else. Let us take another example. We are trying to, somebody is using a knife to cut somebody's stomach. Action is taking a knife to rip open somebody's stomach. But if that action is done by a thief to steal wallet or by somebody to murder somebody, it is considered a bad action. It is considered as vikarma. But if it is done by a doctor to save somebody's life, the same action is considered as sukarma or a karma. Okay? A karma is an action which gives a good fruit or a good result. Or You know, every karma has a fruit associated with it. Yada yada hi, what is that? You have right to do karma, but you don't have right to expect the fruit when it comes to you. What is the B.R. Chopra? What did he taught?
Karmanye vadikaraste.
Karmanne vadikaraste. Karmanneva adhikaraste. You only have adhikar on doing the karma. Karmanneva adhikaraste. Ma phalesu kadachana. You don't have it. Ma phalesu. Ma means not. Phalesu kadachan. In any circumstances. Kadachan means never ever. You cannot say, I want this fruit because I did this karma. Because the complex karma is extremely complex. Karmanneva adhikaras. And when we do karma, what state of mind we are, what is our motive behind doing the karma, how much we are attached in doing the karma, how much we are attached to the motive expected from as a result of the karma, defines whether it is a karma, which is good karma, vikarma, which is a bad karma, and then there is a third category of karma, which is called akarma. It is a karma which never brings any fruit. If we look at any living entity, he goes into this cycle of doing karmas daily. Daily he does karma, and then in the bank, there is future fruits that he's going to reap of his karma. He's going to get 10 good fruits, 3 bad fruits from the karma, whatever he has done. And I'm going to call the result of his karma. 3 good results, 2 bad results. And then he enjoys 3 good results, then he enjoys 2 bad results. The way he enjoys the 3 good results and the way he enjoys the 2 bad results, his demeanor, his state of mind while enjoying the fruit of the results also defines what happens next in his life. So a person has this human body till there is some fruits to be enjoyed from the previous karma. If there are no fruits to be enjoyed, you don't need this human body anymore. The body goes away, and that is what we call liberation. So the third type of karma is called akarma. Akarma is an action which never produces any reaction. It never produces any result, any fruitive result. And when we come to the platform of converting each and every action to akarma, to an action which does not bear any fruit or any result, then we are walking on the path of getting out of this material world. Till we walk on the path of doing good karma or bad karma, of doing karma which has a bad result or good result, will always be present in this material world, because we need to have a body to enjoy a result of a good karma or a bad karma. But once we come to the platform of converting each and every karma into an akarma, once we come to the platform of learning that each and every stock you buy gives you a profit, that's a secret. We have to learn how to do that. So similarly, when we come to the platform of converting each and every karma into an akarma, that is called the art. And that art is the secret that Prabhupada was talking about in his purport, that one has to learn that art from the devotees. Krishna teaches that art to Arjuna. Both of them, Arjuna and Duryodhana, are fighting on the battlefield. But Duryodhana is reaping bad results from the battlefield. Why? Because he is fighting to keep his kingdom. He is fighting because he is attached that this is my kingdom. It is not Pandav's kingdom. Even though it is theirs, I'm not going to give it to them. It is my kingdom. And in order to keep my kingdom, I'm going to fight. Why is Arjuna fighting? In the beginning, Arjuna said, I don't want to fight Krishna. I'm going to go away. Give everything to Duryodhana. I cannot kill all these people. It's better that I become a sannyasi. And Krishna says, sorry, you're not allowed to do that. You have to fight. You have to fight to establish the religion. You have to fight for me. You have to fight because I said so. We hear that thing in so many families. A child says, I don't want to do it. Mom says, you have to do it. The child says, why you have to do it?
And the mom will say in a very slow motion, because I said so. And sometimes we hear that at work also. That, sometimes you tell somebody, you do this, and then somebody says, no, I don't want to do it. And they said, shut up and row. I said, why? Because I said so, I'm your boss. So Krishna told Arjun, you have to fight this battle because I said so. I'm trying to establish religion by the means of this battle. So when you're establishing religion by the means of this battle, and that is, this battle is happening by my desire. Therefore, you are fighting not to gain your kingdom back, Arjun. You're not fighting for that fruit. If Arjun was fighting for the fruit of gaining his kingdom back, then every time he kills somebody, he gets to enjoy the result of that too. He'll get pop. Pop means a sinful reaction coming out of that. Because now he has attachment towards the action. Krishna says, remove your attachment towards the action. Just do it because I have asked you to do it. Just do it as your duty towards me. Just do it as your duty of being a Kshatriya to establish the religion. When you take away the attachment from doing a karma, then that karma becomes a karma. If there is an attachment, then that karma can either become a karma or it can become a vikarma. If the attachment increases so much that it comes to the point of selfishness, and it comes to the point of hurting the society, or it comes to the point of breaking the laws of the government. And when I say government, I mean the scriptures, the law of the society, then it becomes vikarma. Now it falls on the dark side. It is called vikarma. What vikarma does, vikarma gives us sinful reactions. So another example, and I have used this example many times, a soldier who fights on the order of United States government in Afghanistan. That same soldier is awarded medals for his valor. But the same soldier, against the order of his US government, kills a single person in Afghanistan. Then he gets punished as a criminal. As far as that soldier is following the orders of the government, is golden. He is not attached. He does not bring his brain into the middle of whether he should do it or not. And in order to do that, one has to submit themselves to Krishna. Therefore, Prabhupada said in his purport that one has to come to the understanding that I'm eternal servitor of Lord Shri Krishna. And my job is to serve Krishna. And I should always act in Krishna consciousness. And therefore, once I know that I have to act in Krishna consciousness, then I have to seek the company of people who knows the art of acting in Krishna consciousness. I will give a very subtle example. In temple environment, sometimes, we see a senior devotee or, somebody who has a position, they are chastising somebody else. If you look it from 10 feet away, you're chastising somebody, it's not a good thing. Now, if you go into the core or into the heart of the person who's chastising, if the heart of the person is that, I have gone through many things. I have understood this thing from my Guru Maharaj very well. And I know this devotee is just, beginning in his Krishna consciousness. And if I don't teach him how to do things now right properly, he or she will keep doing mistakes. If that is the mood of the person who's chastising the other person, then there is nothing wrong in chastising. That person is not creating vikarma by chastising. But if the mood is, now I have power, let me show that person who that person is, and let me show how powerful I am. With that, if somebody chastises the other person, then it falls into the category of vikarma. Therefore, when the disciples of Prabhupada, when Prabhupada used to chastise some of his disciples used to become very happy. Actually, there is a
there is few instances in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagvat that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to get angry on somebody, or when Nityananda Prabhu used to get angry on somebody, the other person would become very happy. For example, Sivanand Sen, when Nityananda Prabhu, everybody was going to Jagannath Puri from Bengal, and Sivanand Sen was not able to take care of the living quarters for Nityananda Prabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu became angry. And he became angry and he hit Sivanand Sen. When Nityananda Prabhu hit Sivanand Sen started dancing. Because Sivanand Sen knows that Nityananda Prabhu is Balram, he's my Adi Guru. He knows that in his heart, there is no selfish motives. If he's chastising out of love for Sivanand Sen, out of pure love for Sivanand Sen. That I want Sivanand Sen to become perfect in his Krishna consciousness. Therefore, he's chastising. Knowing that, Sivanand Sen starts dancing because he knows that Nityananda Prabhu is thinking of my welfare. So, what is the mood in the other person's heart? What is the mood in our heart doing an action defines whether it will become karma, whether it will become vikarma, or whether it will become akarma. Karma looks same, the action looks same, but what is our bhav? What is our mood? What is our motive? What is our consciousness behind doing that action defines the result of that action. And therefore, it is very hard to look at the activities of a devotee and decide whether devotee is a good person or a bad person. When there is a scripture called Bhaktamal, that scripture was written by Nabha Goswami. It was written probably 300 years ago or so, a little bit before that. And no, it was written around 300-400 years ago. And then there is one devotee called Priyadas Ji Maharaj. Priyadas Ji Maharaj is a follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directed him through Nabha Goswami that he needs to write commentary on this Bhaktamal. So he wrote a commentary on the Bhaktamal. In the commentary, Priyadas Ji Maharaj writes that when Nabha Goswami was ordered by his guru to construct this scripture of Bhaktamal, what Bhaktamal means is the mala or a garland of the devotees. Bhaktamal has a record of each and every devotee starting from Brahma up to the time of Nabha Goswami. He writes about each and every devotee's life and how they served Krishna. So when his guru ordered him to write that, he was very skeptical whether he'll be able to do it or not. So he asked his guru, how will I be able to know? Because if you ask me to write about Krishna, I can write because I know Krishna is always perfect. Krishna is always pure. Krishna is always non-partial. So when Krishna does any activity, I can see it from the absolute point of view and I can write it easily. But when a devotee, it's very hard to know whether it was done with a selfish motive or it was done with a selfless motive. So how can I write about human beings? So his guru gave him a benediction that whoever devotee you are going to write about, you will be able to enter into that devotee's heart and you will be able to know what the devotee was thinking while doing that activity. That is how Nabha Goswami wrote that whole Bhaktamal. So the point I'm trying to make is the devotees act in many different ways. We don't know what is going on in their heart when they're acting in different ways. It is not our duty to stand away from the devotee and analyze the devotee and classify saying he's doing good or he's doing bad. That is why in the scriptures, that is considered as aparad. And whoever does that aparad, Bhakti Devi goes away from that person. She doesn't like to be with that person because when devotees act, they act in a very complicated manner. They act to help the other person. For example, Prahlad Maharaj acted against his father in a way. Bali Maharaj, got rid of his Guru Maharaj. He rejected his Guru Maharaj. Do you think rejecting your Guru Maharaj is a good action?
but he rejected his Guru Maharaj to serve Krishna. Because he rejected his Guru Maharaj to serve Krishna, it becomes akarma. It doesn't even become karma, a good action. It doesn't even become vikarma, a bad action. It becomes akarma. It becomes an action in Krishna consciousness. When Prahlad Maharaj disobeyed his father, disobeying one's father is considered to be vikarma. A child can never repay the debt owed by his parents forever, no matter how bad his parents are. Just the act of giving somebody a human life is so powerful, so powerful, so powerful, because only in this human form of life one can attain Krishna consciousness. One cannot attain Krishna consciousness being a dog or being a hog or being a horse or a donkey. Only in a human body one can attain Krishna consciousness. Therefore, even the parents are the worst imaginable parents. But just because they gave us a human body, therefore their debt on us is unimaginable, is unpayable. And therefore, in order to do anything, in order to not serve our parents properly, is considered as akarma. Is considered as vikarma, a bad karma. But Prahlad Maharaj went against his father. Vibhishan went against his brother. He rejected. He was considered a coward. He was considered as, what is it called? Treason, right? Treason, where you go against the government. It's called treason.
Yeah, yes,
But Lord Ramchandra, he considered him like his own brother, Vibhishan Maharaj. So there are so many examples in the Shastra where apparently from outside, it looks like the devotees are breaking the laws of dharma, but actually they're always on the path of akarma, because the devotees knows the heart of Krishna, what Krishna wants, and therefore the devotee always tries to do what is pleasurable to Krishna. Vamanadev Maharaj wanted land from Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, when he saw Vamanadev, was enchanted by the beauty. He was so much enchanted by the beauty. He know that this has to be Krishna, otherwise I cannot be enchanted by anybody's beauty. And then when his Sukracharya asked him to reject and say, break your vow, tell this person you will not give him the third step, he rejected Sukracharya. He said, sorry, this is Krishna himself. I saw him in 2 steps. He measured the whole universe, the whole creation. Now he wants to place the third step. A king is not considered a part of his kingdom. A king is different from the kingdom. So I am not a part of the kingdom. I own this whole universe. Vamandev took the whole universe. Since I am the king of the universe, I'm not considered the part of the universe. Universe is subordinate to me. So he can put his 3rd feet or his 3rd step on my head. And Sukracharya said, don't do that. You are the full number 1. I'm your guru. If you reject me, you will go to hell. Bali Maharaj says, I'm okay to go to hell. But I want to do what is pleasurable for Vamandev, because he is my Lord, birth after birth. When the gopis were asked for, when Narad Muni came and he says, Krishna has a headache and he can only be cured by the dust of some devotees, the gopis says, get a truck. We'll give you truckload of our foot dust. Narad Muni says, but imagine Krishna, the Supreme Lord. If you touch your feet, your dust from your feet to his head, you will go to hell. Gopis said, I'm ready to go to hell for 1,000 times. I want to please Krishna. Anything we do for the pleasure of Krishna becomes a karma. That is why when we cook, a person who cooks and eats is eating sins, Bhagavad Gita says. Because when we make rice and dal, there is so much sins associated with that. The first sin is the rice and dal when they are, grown. When the farmer does the plow, he kills a lot of animals, a lot of insects when plowing. When the rice and grass is growing, there is a lot of weeds growing around it. In order to keep rice and dal healthy, he takes out all the weeds. So that is another sin associated, right? Then he takes the plant of rice and dal and he kills that plant to get the crop, right? After that, he sells it, and then there is so much illegal increase in the prices. Then the money that we used to buy, that money is sometimes not obtained from the right kind of work. So there is so much sin associated with the grains that we have. Okay, when we cook that grains and just eat, we are eating only sin. That is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. But when we offer that grain, whatever we cook, when we offer to Krishna, when Krishna takes it and we eat after that, that is why it becomes akarma. Eating prasad is not satkarma. Eating prasad is not satkarma. It is not something of punya that by eating prasad I will go to heaven. No, eating prasad is not satkarma. Eating prasad is akarma, because by eating prasad we are honoring Krishna's tadiya. We are honoring the remnants of Krishna. When we honor the remnants of Krishna, then there is no fruits or no results associated with action. Anything we do for the pleasure of Krishna becomes akarma. The same action we do for the pleasure of ourselves or to help our family, which is our duty, or to take care of the society, which is also our duty, becomes satkarma. And anything we do for a selfish motive, which breaks the laws of nature, which breaks the laws of the scriptures, it becomes vikarma. It gives bad reaction. We cannot come out of this material world unless we come to the platform of akarma. Can you imagine in a day, today when we go to sleep, we should try to take an inventory of what we did today and classify in 3 buckets: satkarma, vikarma, and akarma. Let us see what falls where. Tomorrow, we again wake up, knowing what fell where yesterday. We get renewed and we start doing karma in the light of the knowledge of akarma, vikarma, and satkarma. Let's today again take the inventory. What did I do today? Does it fall into akarma, vikarma, or satkarma? Being conscious while doing karma is extremely important. Some people eat, for example, prasadam mindlessly. When somebody is honoring prasad, one should honor prasad mindfully, not mindlessly. Mindfully means each and every morsel we are putting in our mouth. We should be mindful of what is being put in our mouth. When we do each and every action should be done with full consciousness. Why am I doing that action? It's not that, oh, we see a bug in the house, the instant reaction is jump on the bug and kill the bug. I've seen so many people who go out for a walk and they keep jumping on the bugs and they keep killing them. Why? What has that bug done to you? Why do you have to kill that bug? Prabhupada used to scold. Even my Guru Maharaj, when somebody used to say, I have this many insects, what should I do? Should I put pesticide? And they used to say, why did you keep it unclean in the beginning? Because we kept unclean, that's why they all came in. We should be keeping it very clean. So the point I'm trying to make is, I'm not trying to make a case against pesticide or anything like that. Please do whatever you need to do to protect yourself. The point I'm trying to make is, one person has to be, every one of us has to be very conscious while making an action. Will this please Krishna or not? Is this according to Krishna consciousness or not? And then do the action. Very simple to say, very hard to follow. But it happens, it comes by practice. As we practice more and more, this thing happens. I'm going to tell you a very true story. There was a judge in Ahmedabad, and this happened many years ago. And at that times, the toilets were not in the house. So he went, there's a Sabarmati river in Ahmedabad. So he went nearby the river to answer the call of nature. And it was not fully morning yet, it was a little bit dark. And he saw one person murder another person. Okay. And Later on, that person some other person got arrested for the same murder. The judge knew that this person is not the real culprit here because he saw somebody else kill it. But because he has to base the evidence. And the evidence all were against this person. So he had to give whatever was the necessary punishment to this person based on the evidence. He was thinking constantly that why did this person who is innocent got punished for this action? Later on, when he investigated, he found out that this person was involved with so many other murders before, but he never got caught. So somehow the fruitive actions came up to him and he got caught. The point I'm trying to make is the last line that Krishna is saying, Gahana karma no gati. The gati of karma is very gahan. It's very hard to understand how acts or how karma is happening. Whatever is happening in our life is happening due to our actions in the past, either good action or bad action. It is happening due to our actions in the past. So whatever is now happening in our life is the fruit of our actions from the past. When this thing comes in our life, when different things happens in our life, let us try to accept them in a Krishna conscious way. Because the way we respond to the things that happen in our life creates new karma. That is why Krishna says here, karmascha bodhavyam cha vikarmane. Akarmanascha bodhavyam. One has to understand very well what is karma, bodhavyam, what is vikarma, bodhavyam, what is akarma. We have to understand that very well. With that understanding, we have to accept everything that comes in our life. Whatever happened in past, cannot change it. Only thing we can change is what happens next in the future. That is why a man is called the architect of his future. We cannot change what is going to come to us in the life. Only thing we can change is how we accept that in our life. How we accept that in our life defines whether we are accepting it properly or not. Whether we are the act of accepting whatever which is coming in our life will define whether that act falls in satkarma, vikarma, or akarma. The best way is one has to understand that Krishna is residing in each and every living entity. Nothing can happen without Krishna's wish in this world. Everything that is happening with me is because of my previous karma. This whole cycle of karma has been set by Krishna. That is what he's trying to explain in Karma Yoga. That is what he's trying to explain. That in order to make this universe function properly and lawfully, I have established a cycle of karma, a system of karma. And everything that happens in the world happens on the basis of karma and the reactions to that karma. So whatever is happening in my life is happening because of my past karma. Since nothing can happen without Krishna's permission, this thing is also happening because of his permission. Because this is happening because of the cycle of karma. Now, since Krishna is in each and every living entity's heart, each and every living entity who comes and gives us pleasure or who gives us misery is Krishna coming to me in various forms and only giving me the fruit of my karma. Nobody is trying to be mean to me. Nobody is trying to be bad to me. Nobody is trying to do anything harmful to me. Or nobody is trying to give me anything on their own. Everything that is coming to me is based on my past karmas. I should not react to the person who's just becoming a tool, is just becoming a medium to deliver the fruits of my actions in the past. Why should I? So if a postman comes and postman gives me a check for $1,200 which the government just sent out, I should hug the postman and feed him nice food and then tomorrow the postman brings some bad news, I should start beating him up. Is that the law? No, that is not the law. The postman is just the postman. He is just delivering based on my actions. If I did not pay the insurance premium, the postman will come and deliver to me the cancellation notice. I don't get angry on the postman for delivering me the cancellation notice. Cancellation notice is just the fruit of my action of previous action of not paying my insurance premium, right? So we have to understand everything that is happening in my life is happening based on my past karma. Different people who come and they give me miseries, they are just mediums designated by Krishna. Or if you want to go one step further, Yogina Samadarshina, Suni Chaiva Chaswapake, Yogina Samadarshina. Yogi sees Krishna each and every living entity. If you want to go on that path, then we can say Krishna is coming in different forms to me and he is delivering the fruits of my karma. I should just accept it. I should not become very happy when something good happens. I should not become very sad when something bad happens. I should just accept it as it comes. I should always act for the betterment of everybody else. I should always act to serve other people. I should always act to serve my family, my temple, other devotees, my Guru Maharaj, my everybody who's dependent upon me, and the society in which I'm living. I should just serve according to what Krishna wants me to do. And just keep my head down. Just pass this 40, 50, 60 years and go back home, back to Godhead. Because once we come to the path of bhakti, when we start walking the path of bhakti, and that is part 2, and we don't have time to talk about that, part 2, is once we come on the path of bhakti, when we start walking on the path of devotion, everything is an action of love. Everything we do is an action of love for Krishna. And everything when we do is for action of love for Krishna, then it has no fruits associated with that action. Even then, you cook and you eat, you do this, you do that. Even when Arjuna is killing thousands of enemies in the battlefield, he's not getting any reaction out of that. He's not even getting any benefit, or he's not getting any loss. All he's doing is executing his duty towards Krishna by following the orders of Krishna. In our life, we try to follow in the mood of a devotee. We try to follow in the footsteps of our acharyas. We try to follow in the footsteps of the great Vaishnavas. We try to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. We try to hear Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Instruction, and other scriptures. And we learn from there what pleases Krishna. The gopis, they left their husband and children crying to please Krishna. Did they break their family vows? Yes, they did. But they're considered as the topmost devotees because they did that for the pleasure of Krishna. The wives of the Brahmins, when Krishna and Balram went to the jungle to graze the cows, and when they became hungry, they saw that the Brahmins of Mathura, they were doing some yagna, and they had cooked a lot. So they said, go, ask the Brahmins that Krishna and Balram are hungry, they need some food. The Brahmins were doing yagna for the pleasure of Krishna and Balram. But they were so attached to the ritualistic, they said, nope, they have to wait till the yagna is over. Then Krishna said, go, tell the ladies. When the ladies heard Krishna and Balram were angry, they left to come and feed Krishna and Balram. And their husbands were trying to curse them, saying, where are you going? You all will go to hell. They said, we don't care. And Krishna, after he ate, he said, ladies, don't worry, go back to your home. The lady says, we cannot. Our husbands, they got rid of us when we came to you. He says, just because you fed me, your act of walking away from your husband has become akarma. It is not going to bear any bad fruit. You go back. The same husbands who were chastising you will welcome you with folded hands. And when those ladies went back, the husbands welcomed them with folded hands. And they fell at their feet and they said, you are very fortunate that you went and you fed Krishna and Balram. We were very unfortunate. We've been worshipping them for our whole life, but we never got a glimpse of them. So one has to come on the path of devotion, on the platform of bhakti. Just like a mother, when she's taking care of her child, she's doing it on the platform of bhakti. She's doing it on the platform of love. In that platform, whatever she does for the child, whether she chastises the child or she loves the child or whatever is being done, it is all considered a karma towards the child. It is not considered as karma or vikarma because she is doing it out of the love for the child, for the benefit of the child. So similarly, in this world, things will happen. We will experience happiness, we will experience distress. Happiness and distress will keep coming to us as waves. How we face them will define our next karma. If somebody comes and slaps us, we just look down and walk away and do the karma of walking away. And that is the next sloka, by the way. Where the next sloka says, seeing action in inaction and inaction in action. That is extremely important. One has to learn. Karmanya karmaya, paschet karmani cha karmaya. One has to learn action in inaction and inaction in action. By walking away, by not doing anything to the person who slapped you, we still did an action. We did an action of walking away. By walking away, we are not creating another karma with that person. We can slap that person and our karma cycle continues with that person, or we can walk away. When we walk away, that account becomes closed right there. Not only just walk away. After walking away, we should not harbor enmity towards that person in our heart. And then try to indirectly do actions that will harm that person, that will create new karmas with that person. It'll again open the account. Forgive that person. It's over. He did it. It was coming to me. I forgive you. Krishna, please remove enmity towards that person from my heart. I want to forgive that person. Pray to Krishna. I will, because when we do that, next time when we chant in the morning, we will not think about that person. Because that person has no accounting with you. Only people you think about is whom your account is still pending. Okay? So if we act, if we face whatever is coming in our life in a Krishna conscious way, then we are walking the path. We are making each and every action of facing each and everything coming in our life. We are converting that into a karma which is not bearing any fruits. Soon our life will be full of actions. All our previous karmas will be taken away. Actually, the devotee who walks on the path of Krishna consciousness, Krishna tries to take care of all his karma actions wholesale. Wholesale, he takes care of them. You know, whatever was going to come in 10,000 lives, he gets it done in one life. That's why sometimes you see that a lot of devotees have a lot of miseries and a lot of problems. Because all those problems, they come in their life. Because Krishna is getting rid of all their karmas in wholesale. Find me one devotee who has no problem in his life. Pandav, Vidur, everybody, gopis, everybody, Hanumanji Maharaj, everybody. So many problems in their life. Because Krishna is wholesale taking care of their karma. Now, since all their good and bad karmas are taken care of, since they've been leading the life of Krishna consciousness, almost all karmas are now akarma. And if by mistake, please pay attention, if by mistake, this is a slok from Bhagavad Gita, api chetsu duracharo bhajante mam ananyadak sadhureva himantasya. If by mistake, on walking on the path of Krishna consciousness, if by mistake somebody commits a bad karma, but after committing the bad karma, he realizes, he stands up, he cleans himself up and keeps walking on the path of Krishna consciousness. Then Krishna says, api chet sudurachara, you may be the biggest of the durachari, but bhajante mam ananya bhag, you've been worshipping me, you never left the path of devotion. Even though you fell down, you never left the path of devotion. Sadhureva himantasya, in my opinion, you are a sadhu. And pretty soon, you will be cleaned like the 24 karat gold. You have to go through the fire to get cleaned. So, under the guidance of Guru, under the guidance of senior devotees, under the guidance of devotees, Vaishnavas, Guru, Shastra, one should walk the daily life in Krishna consciousness. We will make mistakes. That is fine. When we make mistakes, it is fine, because unless we do something, we will not. The only person who does mistakes is the person who tries to walk that path. You cannot walk the path without making mistakes. We will make mistakes. But Krishna knows our heart. Krishna knows our desire. We want to do the right thing. We want to walk on the path of Krishna consciousness. Krishna knows, he's sitting in our heart. He knows each and every mood and emotion in our heart. We can cheat other people. We cannot cheat Krishna. He knows each and every mood. If we sincerely in our heart want to walk on the path of Krishna, there is nobody in this whole creation who can take away from that path. Yes, miseries will come. Yes, problems will come. Big problems will come. Just keep the head low, face it. Keep the head low, face it. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. You're cleaning me up. Thank you, Krishna. You're cleaning me up. Slowly, 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 slowly. 1 lifetime, 2 lifetime, 3 lifetime, 50,000 lifetime, we will get cleaned and we will go back home, back to Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagvat Gita, whoever walks on my path, there is no loss for that person on this path. Because wherever you left off in next life, you go ahead from that point. So we will never lose the ground we gained in Krishna consciousness. So it is a humble request to myself first and to all the devotees along with me here, that let us all try to be with each other lovingly. Let us all forgive each other for all the offenses we have made towards each other. Let us all, lovingly hold hand in hand and walk together on this path of Krishna consciousness. Because this is the time of Sankirtan. Ekaki amara na pabe ara harinam Sankirtan. Sankirtan means there is strength in association. Let us create that strong association in this small town of Reading and Harrisburg for ourselves. And using this association, let us try to walk on the path of Krishna consciousness. Let us, not worry about things that are coming in our life. Let us be each other's support. Let us help each other to keep our head low, accept it nicely, accept it with dignity, accept it with Krishna consciousness. When we see our brother little bit, trembling, go ahead, hold his hand and say, don't tremble. Even Arjun was helped, had doubts and Krishna helped him. We are all together in this. Talk about Bhagavatam, talk about Chaitanya Charitamrita, chant Hare Krishna together. Let's help each other to come on the platform of Akarmana. I will end here because it's 5 after 9:15. Krishna Prabhu, is it okay if we open for questions and answers?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very nice points, very practical points. Anyone has any questions or any comments, any additions, anything anyone would like to share from what you heard? Please, the floor is open for you.
Well, Prabhu, Dhanvat Pranam. Nice to see you and Mataji.
Anil uncle के लिए बोल रहे?
हाँ जी.
I think he's on mute.
माताजी के सामने सब म्यूट हो जाता है.
Any questions, please? Anything? Any additions?
How to kill vikarma? Is there any way to get rid of vikarma, like bad karma?
Very good question. How to kill vikarma? There is 2 ways. Right? The vikarma, this is springtime, so we see a lot of weeds coming up in our lawn. Right? So we have to, if we want to get rid of the weeds, we spray something on the weed and the weed goes away. Unfortunately, this vikarma is like a weed, but it's not like that. To get rid of vikarma is 2-pronged. The fruits of vikarma, when they come in our life, we accept them in a humble manner. And when we accept them in a humble manner and do not react to the fruits when they come in our life, we stop the cycle of that vikarma action right there and then. That's number 1 thing. Stopping the cycle, stopping the current cycles is 1. And then never create a new cycle. So if we try to walk on the path of Krishna consciousness, being very conscious about what we are doing, trying to follow the scriptures and trying to follow the way our Guru and Sadhu and Shastra tells us, the chances of us doing vikarma are extremely less. We will, knowingly or unknowingly sometimes do something because we are in this material world and we have so much conditioning from so many lifetimes. But the rate of us doing vikarma will start going down by doing two things. First, when the fruits of our previous vikarmas come to us, we keep our head low, accept it in a humble manner, forgive the person who became just a tool to deliver the fruits of our vikarma. Do not create a new accounting with him of vikarma. So that vikarma cycle is gone. So for example, if we had 99 vikarma cycles from our previous lives, all this 99 will come at different point in our life. So when they come, just accept it humbly, fold your hands and move away from that situation and forgive the person who's delivering the bad things to you. So all that 99 will be nipped in their bud. They will not go any more forward. And then as far as we are trying to walk on the path of Krishna consciousness, before if we were doing 10 vikarmas a day, it will go down to 8 vikarmas a day, then it will go down to 7, go down to 5, go down to 4. And then when Krishna says that we are sincerely trying to walk his path, but somehow or other we are not able to walk it properly because of some conditioning from our previous lives, Krishna, who's living in our heart, will destroy that conditioning and will destroy that bad quality in our life. And when he destroys that bad quality in our life, that vikarma will go away. There is a very nice line which is spoken by what you call Sri Goswami Tulsidas, and Goswami Tulsidas is saying that hey Ramchandra Bhagwan, there are a lot of vikar living in my heart. There are a lot of vikar living in my heart, and they are bothering me all the time. And I'm not able to, act properly. I'm not able to do anything properly. But my heart is your property. So I want to request you that you please, while staying in my heart, you clean up that filth, that dust which is sitting in my heart. You help me become spotless. So Lord Ram, when we pray like that, Krishna, whatever is our conditioning in our life, Krishna will come and he will help us get rid of that conditioning. And he'll try to clean us up properly. Right? So that is what we have to do. Whenever the previous karma, bad karma fruits come to us, we accept it. And always try to follow on the path of consciousness very sincerely. When we are doing it, our rate of doing vikarmas will go down. And eventually, the residual things, Krishna will remove when he looks at our sincerity. When Krishna sees our sincerity, sometimes, I have seen this. When somebody writes a question paper, and, in mathematics, and he has done everything correct, but in his hurry, he has bad handwriting, and due to that, he made a single mistake in one of the problem. The teacher will overlook that mistake and give him 100 out of 100 and make him come first. So getting rid of vikarma is very much like that, Prabhu. Is that okay?
Yeah. And so Namasmaran or Nam Sankirtan will also help cleaning that, I guess.
Yes, that is the biggest sadhan to kill the vikarmas. Because with Nam Sankirtan, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, that is the first effect of Nam Sankirtan. It cleans the mirror of our consciousness. Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. And then all the material miseries that are coming in our life, it is going to kill that. These miseries are coming based on our past fruitive activities. So the second is Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. Sreya Kairava Chaka. So it does good to us. It helps, it puts us on the path, the right path, that we can do the right thing. It's like the moon which soothes us. Vitranam Vidyavadu Jivanam. Not only that, it gets us married to a nice Vadhu called Gyan, Vidya. So by chanting the Nam Smaranam, by chanting the holy name, we become all the knowledge, what is right, what is wrong, automatically comes in our heart. It automatically. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. It gives us happiness and it gives us intelligence, how to act. Purnamrita Swadanam, and it makes us fully satisfied. So just by chanting the names of the holy names of Krishna, any holy name you want. It's not that you have to chant just Krishna, Krishna. You can chant Ram, Ram, you can chant Narsinga, Narsinga. Because in this next sloka, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nam, Nam, Akari, Bahudani Sakti Sarvas. In each and every of my holy name, I have put all my energy, not just in the name Krishna, in each and every holy name. So, any name you like, you chant seriously. Any name we like, we chant sincerely. And we keep chanting sincerely. All the things which are bad for us will slowly, slowly go away. Chanting is like churning the yogurt. Once we churn the yogurt slowly, slowly, the butter starts coming up on the surface. So similarly, chanting is churning our heart. So then all the good qualities will come on the surface and all the bad qualities will go away. Krishna will get rid of all the bad qualities. Krishna will manifest with the Sudarshan Chakra. And that Sudarshan Chakra by its Agni will kill all the names. Name, if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, Nama Bhagavan is the only means of killing. Actually, at the end of 5th canto, when Sukadeva Goswami talks about different kinds of narak, the different kinds of, what is narak in English? Hellish planets. Parikshit Maharaj tells him, okay, by going to the hellish planets, one does paschatap, or one does prayaschit of all the sinful reactions. But the ichha to do sinful reaction is always sitting in the heart. And when favorable conditions come in, just like the seed, it sprouts up again, the ichha to do wrong things. How to destroy the ichha, the seed of doing bad things. Then Sukadeva Goswami narrates the story of Ajamil, the pastime of Ajamil, that only by chanting the holy name of the Lord, the seed of doing something wrong could be permanently destroyed. And then he gives the example of rice. You know, a rice, when it is put into the ground, come up as a new plant. But when we roast the rice on the gas, then it will never give birth to a new plant. So by chanting the holy name, it is like roasting the seeds of doing something wrong permanently and destroying them permanently. So yes, Nam Sankirtan Prabhu is the most effective way of winning against Vikarma. Not only Vikarma, even Satkarma. Nam will also destroy the Satkarma. Because even though we have Satkarma, it will keep bringing us back into this world. It will keep taking us new bodies, giving us new bodies. But with chanting of the holy name, our actions will all become akarma. And we will easily transcend Vikarma and Satkarma. The only thing is we have to chant sincerely. By chanting sincerely every day without fail, we will slowly come to the platform of chanting without offenses, thus Namaparad. Once we start chanting without offenses, each and every name we take becomes so powerful. You know, when you play a video game, after you cross certain levels, suddenly your weapons become so powerful that before a weapon would kill one person, now the weapon can kill 100 at a time. It becomes that powerful. So it says in Shastra that only one holy name has so much energy, so much ability to destroy the sins that you have no ability to. In a whole life, the amount of sins you can do, only one holy name can destroy 10 times more sins than that, just once. But that should be taken without any nama aparad. So by chanting the holy name sincerely, we will come to the stage of chanting the holy name without the 10 nama aparad. Once we come to that platform, everything goes away, Prabhu. You will be floating in the air like Narad Muni. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Very
thank
nice
you very
question,
much.
by the way. Thank you.
Thank
you. By the way, Prabhuji, you brought up the point of stimulus check. Did you get your check? Because I have not got my check yet. Anybody has got the stimulus check?
Well, I know a lot of people who got it.
Any other questions or comments, or otherwise we can move. We can go to Narsingha prayers. So we can. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And if any
Thank you, Prabhuji.
questions, if anybody has any questions even after the session, we can always write to Prabhuji and he will respond. Okay, so we will go to the Narsinga prayer part, and we all can pray together. Bhavya, you ready? Prabhuji, would you like to do Narsinga prayer?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Anuradha.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Prabhuji, 12th अप्रैल को अभी मेरी नानी जी she passed away. और मैं उनके लिए नर्सिंग प्रेयर करवाना चाहती हूँ.
Sure, Mataji. Sorry to know that. So let's keep Nani ji in our prayer. Where was she, Mataji?
She was in Jabalpur.
Okay.
And she was 85 years old. तो थोड़े दिन से सिक चल रही थी, फिर बस शरीर ने काम करना छोड़ दिया, फिर उन्होंने तब शरीर त्याग दिया.
Sure, Mataji. We will all together will pray for her also.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Padma Prabhuji, would you like to sing prayer?
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Let us all pray with our heart that Anuradha Mataji's Nani, she gets placed at the lotus feet of Shri Radha Shyam Sundar, and that she can eternally participate in the service of Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. So let us pray towards that. And Lord Narsinghdev, may he remove all the obstacles which are in the path of the final journey of Mother Anuradha's grandmother. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Praladalhadadaine.
Praladalhadadaine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshashaya.
Hiranyakashipurvakshashaya.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Tito Narsingho Parato Narsingho. Yato yato amita Narsingho.
Yato yato yami tato narsimha.
Bahir Narsimho, Hridoye Narsimho, Bahir
Narsimho, Hridoye narsimho.
Narasimhadim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimhadim Sharanam Prapadye.
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adabhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshabadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare
जगदीश हरे
जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद महाराज लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद महाराज
नरसिंह जय
जय प्रहलाद महाराज
प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय
जय जय
प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद
भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव भगवान
भगवान की जय
जय
प्रहलाद महाराज की
महाराज
की
की
जय
जय
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू प्रभु
So,
Thank you,
thank you,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Please take care. And tomorrow we will again meet at 7:45 p.m. for to continue with the book reading.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarubhyaścha kripa sindhu
सिंधु में एव च
Putranam
नानां
पावनेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो
नमो
नमः.
नमः
ठाकुर की जय.
Jai.
ही जय
Hari Hari.
Hari Bol.
दी बोल
Thank you, Radhika Mataji, for joining. I think she left.